Hello students, I am Hasmathullah from G.K.Jain school. Today we are going to discuss the next part of international economics. Till now we have seen the various concepts of international economics. That what does the international economic means? How does it plays a vital role in the formation, in the healthy relationship between two countries? Before we go to the next topic of this lesson, let me again give you the small recollect of it, that international trade or international economics is nothing but when there is an exchange of goods and services between two countries. So, in a simple words, when there is a two countries, at least there is a two countries for the exchange of services, for the exchange of goods and things, then only the international economics can happen. We have seen the classical theories. We have seen the Ricardo's theory, where the different kind of ideology with regards to the international economics is. All the economists is an advocate of that there is always two countries, there should be there, and there should be at least one commodity which exchange should be taking place. We have the factors of production like land, labor, capital and organization in every business, in every field. But when you talk about the international trade or international economics, the most important factors of production that being considered here is labor. That was the Ricardo's theory says, that was the classical theory says. Today we are going to see the modern theory of international trade. See, trade has plays always a vital role in the exchange of goods from one place to another place. There is a specialized mobiles in the United States of America. That mobile is not available in India or any kind of Asian countries. If there is a proper international trade phenomena is being followed, then only what will happen? There can be a proper utilization of product. The consumption of product can be done by each and every individual who is ready to spend. We understand the simple logical theory of demand and supply, that when there is a rise in price, what happens? There is a demand decreases. But in the same way, when there is a lot of demand for the product, what happens? The prices comes down. To make this price best, to make the any product available at the best price, one should always have the proper group of customers. They should focus on the various groups of customers, and for that international economic plays a vital role. What does this modern theory international trade is all about? This theory is developed by Eli Hackers in 1990. He is the Sweden famous economist. Basically, theory related to Ricardo theory. So whatever Ricardo theory is, the same theory, the same applicable applicants is what there in the modern theory of international trade. According to this theory, basis of international trade is a difference in factors endowment. It is also called factor endowment theory. So whatever the factor is being endowed in the business, whatever factor is being used for the endowment of any business, that calculation, that theories, that analysis is what is known as modern theory of international trade. Where the exchange of goods from one place and to another place is being taking place, the transfer of goods from one country to another country is being taken with the consideration of factors endowment. That is what is known as modern theory of international trade. International trade is what? Where any kind of goods, any kind of services which has an exchange with another country for the purpose of money, for the purpose of earning profit, for the purpose of earning interest, that theory is what is known as international trade theory. The modern scientific analysis of this international trade says that every factors endowment that is available, whether it can be the factors of production like land, like labor, like capital, like organization, everything plays a vital role. Endowment theory is all about says that for any business transaction, we need two factors, that is labor and capital. With the help of this, they want to analyze the proper propaganda about what is happening in the international economy. That's what this theory is named as Factors Endowment Theory. Let's see some of the assumptions of this theory. There is two countries, like classical theories, like Ricardo theory. There is two commodities, but in the classical theory we had only one commodity. But in the Ricardo theory, what we had? We had two commodities. So how it is related, or how it is same as Ricardo theory, because we have two countries with the two commodities, right? And we have two factors. That's what it is, the endowment theory. Because they brings other factors also. This theory can be also known as multi-factor theory, because it does not involve just the commodity, it does not involve just the countries, but it also involves the other factors, maybe the tax rate, maybe the IMF regulation, maybe the WTO regulations, maybe the WHO regulations. All those regulations that has the international value will be coming here, will take place here, will be considered here. This model of modern theory is also known as 2 into 2 into 2 model. What is this 2 into 2 into 2 model? This 2 into 2 model means we have two countries, we have two commodities, as well as we have two factors. That's the reason this theory is known as 2 into 2 model. Because there is a presence of two countries, for example, India and America. There is a presence of two commodities, for example, apples and grapes. There is a presence of two factors, maybe the export as well as import. So this is the first assumption. If you want to apply the modern day theory of international trade, the first thing that you have to do is you have to apply the 2 into 2 into 2 model. Two countries, two commodities with two factors. The second point is countries differs in factors endowment. And here every country is different from the factor endowment. If the labor efficiency of an Indian company is good, the same efficiency of labor cannot be found in other countries. The capital power of a country is good, the same capital power will not be a part of Indian company. So that is what it says, that the factor endowment, whatever factor we have involved it, whether it's export, whether it's import, whether it's tax regulations or a land labor capital organization, it differs from each country. India has the different issue, USA has different issue, England has a different, Russia has a different. That was the second assumption. So if you want to have the application of the modern theory of international trade, you should understand that countries differs in factors endowment. The factor endowment are very different from one and another country. Point number 3. Commodities are categorized in terms of factor intensity. What factors is a major player? What factors play a main role? That will be considered more important. Based on the intensity of a factor, they are characterized, they are divided, they are segregated. Commodities are categorized in terms of what? Factor indemnity. So this is important. This factor should be put in the business, so the business growth will be there, so that factor will be put first. So commodities are categorized in terms of factor intensity. Countries are, or country uses same production technology, and whichever country, the two countries who is there or who is mixing up together, who is coming together for the modern theory of international trade, to give the effect to the modern theory of international trade, the simple thing is they have to follow the same production technology. If the Apple country if an Apple company in a USA is adopting one technology of production of Apple phones, the same technology has to be adopted by an Indian company who is going to set up, who is going to manufacture, who is going to build, who is going to have the buying and selling of an Apple phone. That's what the fourth point says. Country should have the same production technology, whoever countries may be. If the 10 countries are together for one particular business to give the modern international trade effect, they should follow the same production technology. Point number 5. There is identical demand condition. The demand condition is very identical. What is the reason